Good morning. Today is Wednesday, May 22nd, and this daily bread is titled, When God Answers Prayer. It's from 1 Samuel chapter 1, verse 17 to 28. The key verse is verse 28, and it says, "So now I give him to the Lord. For his whole life he will be given over to the Lord." And he worshipped the Lord there. Eli answered, "Go in peace, and may the God of Israel grant you what you have asked of him." She said, "May your servant find favor in your eyes." Then she went her way and ate something, and her face was no longer downcast. Early the next morning, they arose and worshipped before the Lord, and then went back to their home at Ramah. Elkanah made love to his wife Hannah, and the Lord remembered her. So in the course of time, Hannah became pregnant and gave birth to a son. She named him Samuel, saying, "Because I asked the Lord for him." When her husband Elkanah went up with all his family to offer the annual sacrifice to the Lord and to fulfill his vow, Hannah did not go. She said to her husband, "After the boy is weaned, I will take him and present him before the Lord, and he will live there always." "Do what seems best to you," her husband Elkanah told her. "Stay here until you have weaned him. Only may the Lord make good his word." So the woman stayed at home and nursed her son until she had weaned him. After he was weaned, she took the boy with her, young as he was, along with a 3-year-old bull, an ephah of flour, and a skin of wine, and brought him to the house of the Lord at Shiloh. When the bull had been sacrificed, they brought the boy to Eli, and she said to him, "Pardon me, my lord. As surely as you live, I am the woman who stood here beside you praying to the Lord. I prayed for this child, and the Lord has granted me what I asked of him. So now I give him to the Lord. For his whole life he will be given over to the Lord." And he worshipped the Lord there. Daily bread. First, God's timing is perfect. God answered Hannah's prayer, not when she wanted, but when it was right, according to his divine plan. God is sovereign, and his timing in our lives is perfect, even when it doesn't align with our immediate desires. When we're waiting for an answer to prayer, whether it's about a job opportunity, a relationship, or personal struggles, we can trust in God's timing. Hebrews 11 verse 1 says, "Now faith is confidence in what we hope for and assurance about what we do not see." During the waiting periods of life, God calls us to be patient and maintain our faith. Instead of becoming impatient or anxious about the future, we can build habits that keep our focus on God, like journaling our thoughts and personal prayer. This will help us strengthen our trust in his plan. When the waiting gets tough, will you trust in God's perfect timing for your life? Let's remember that God is always on time. Second, dedication and gratitude. After receiving her blessing, Hannah fulfilled her vow to God by dedicating Samuel to the Lord's service. This act of gratitude and dedication reflects her deep relationship with God. She recognized his sovereignty and goodness in her life. There are countless things to be thankful to God for, but sometimes we forget when we face difficulties or uncertainty. That is when we most need to reflect on how we can show gratitude to God for the blessings in our lives. Are you only thankful to God in good times? Or do you give thanks despite your situation? Rather than complaining about our situation, we should find ways to continually dedicate our talents and time to God's work, whether through involvement in church, volunteering, or helping others on campus. The best way for us to build hearts of gratitude is by focusing on serving God and others. our actions will reflect our thankfulness and commitment to God. Prayer. Father, thank you for your faithfulness and the perfect timing of your answers to my prayers. Help me to trust you more deeply and to express my gratitude through dedication and service. Teach me to worship you with all my heart, recognizing your sovereignty over every aspect of my life. I choose to give thanks not only in good times, but at all times. One word: thank God for His perfect timing.